Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review of this Wayne model number Pc2 115 volt transfer pump. I'm going to show you a couple different tests that I'm going to do with it, show you how it pushes the water, and actually time the transfer of the water from this 55-gallon drum into a 5-gallon bucket. So you can see on the box it tells you what they say its performance is, and you can see that right here. And I found this not to be accurate. About 25% off. It can only do about 75% of what it says on here. So that's kind of important when you're making a decision if you're going to buy this pump or if you're going to buy something larger. I had intended to use this pump to remove the water from this 55-gallon water tank. I have a bunch of them, and pump it over into my garden, hook it up to my drip system, and water the whole garden. Definitely not the right size pump. Here's the pump itself. You can see the whole motor body there is only about 4 1/4 inches long. So very small. It's a little bit deceiving, at least I thought so on the pictures. I don't think it was intentional, but it seemed bigger when you're looking at it online. This is the entire pump body right there. So it's very small. So here's an extra impeller that sits right inside of there and pushes out water out of there. So very small. If you look at the impeller size, it's only about 1 3/8 inches across. So yeah, 1 3/8 inches. So you can't expect too much out of that little tiny pump. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up. I'm going to show you how much water it'll push. Okay, we're all set up. All the fittings are tight on the hoses. The first test we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just transfer it right out of here. We're using a 6-foot long hose that comes with the transfer pump, and we're going to transfer it from the 55-gallon drum into this 5-gallon bucket. It's already been measured out. I measured it exactly. So to this top line, I don't know if you can see that on camera, that's exactly 5 gallons. According to the manufacturer's specifications, it should be pumping 340 gallons per hour. So we'll go ahead and do this and see what it comes out to. So we're going to use a stopwatch to do that. Go ahead and plug it in. So you can see it's a pretty nice flow. The pump with no resistance on it like it is right now makes very little noise. I ran it for an extended period of time and it had no noticeable heat. It warmed up maybe a tiny bit, but nothing severe whatsoever. I mean, you could put your hand on it and never got uncomfortably warm. So it looks like we're almost halfway there right now. Stop it. Alright, so that took 1:09. So 69 seconds, we'll call it 70 seconds to fill it up. This is kind of an unrealistic test because you'd never probably be just pumping water 6 feet. Okay, so we ran the math, and once you do the calculations, it works out to this pumped 257 gallons per hour. If you a continuous flow rate for 1 hour, it would have done 257 gallons. That's 25% less than what the manufacturer says that the pump can do. So the next test we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and hook up a standard garden wand. We're just going to use a 6-foot hose. and see what kind of flow pattern or spray pattern that it puts out, and see if it's something that would actually be useful in the garden. Do it. Alright, so you can hear the pump has a slightly higher pitched sound. It's struggling a little bit to, generate enough pressure to push it out of here. So you wouldn't really be able to use this in your garden. It's just not a proper pattern. The water is kind of just falling all over the place. And even when you let go of the wand, it's not building up any pressure. So it's definitely not something that's going to work for this application. Go ahead and unplug it. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to hook it up to this little sprayer nozzle, and we'll see what kind of throw we can get on it. Do it. So that one's not too bad. You can hear the pump has even a little bit more higher pitched sound as it struggles to generate enough pressure. Alright. So I don't know. It's maybe going 20 feet, but it's very little volume. You're not getting much volume like you'd get off of city water or a higher powered pump. Go ahead and turn it off. Okay, so we got the garden hose hooked up. We're using a 70-foot long hose hooked up to the 6-foot standard hose that came with the pump. We're going to go ahead and plug it in, see how far the throw is, and see if we lost much flow rate. Go ahead. So it doesn't look like we're throwing much less distance than we were before. We're still probably getting maybe 15 feet, 20 feet maybe off of it. There you can hear it's just getting some of that air out of the line. It's noticeably louder now as the pump struggles to build up pressure and build up flow. So go ahead and turn it off. So after having an opportunity to use this pump for a little while here, I think it's a pretty reliable pump. It depends on what application you're going to be using it for. If you're trying to power your garden, your drip system, sprinklers, anything like that, it's definitely not the pump for you. You want to get something a lot larger. If you're just going to be transferring water from, like the box shows, a fish tank or a water bed, that may be an acceptable use for the pump. I think I'm expecting too much from it myself. Either way, it's not performing the same that the manufacturer says it should. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you for watching.